Al Granford. I'm at the Coronado Hospital, and I'm in effing agony as I suffer incredible arthritic attacks. And lately I've been not eating or losing weight and can't get any relief, and I've developed bed sores from laying down. Tonight I came to the Coronado Hospital. A doctor by the name of Dr. Holman. I'm trying to get a full interview with him because right in the middle of the conversation, he would either change the subject or drift off. And I suspected that he suffers from Asperger's disease. So I asked him, Doc, you seem to just drift off right in the middle of a sensitive thing I'm telling you. Do you suffer from Asperger's? He said, yes, I do. So I said, they put a guy, an oncologist, a mortician, or someone who shouldn't be so emotional with a patient. You know, I can expect that. But a doctor, he's got young children too, and he looks like he cares, but he's born without the empathy gene, if you know this. So here's my story. I once had a discussion with a famous San Francisco psychiatrist, and he told me this. So they were doing a study of trying to find, they picked 200 people to see if they could, isolate certain types, like who had Asperger's. And he said, just for a joke, his staff threw in his name. And when he came back, he was looking at all the research, he went, hey, who is this guy? He was anonymous. Get him in here, this guy's off the charts. And so they said to him, that's you. And he went, what? No way. And they said, it's you. So he said, to a man, he asked everybody almost he ever knew, and what do you really think of me? Now, don't bullshit me. And they said, well, to be quite honest with you, we always thought you were a bit of a dick, and you didn't care about anybody. And he said, when I found that out, I still didn't care. So if you're going to put a doctor in an emergency room, and he looks like he's got all the qualifications, I'm a good bedside doctor, but he just cannot care. Not that he doesn't, he cannot, because he suffers at that high form of autism, Asperger's. He's just like, just tell me whatever you want. Now look here, you've got cancer, and how's everything going? That kind of a dismissive, no, not dismissive as much as a disconnect. So he plays the role of being a good doctor, listening and all that, but in the end, he just doesn't get it. He's just like oblivious to somebody's pain. No, he understands it, and he'll do it, but I don't prescribe painkillers. Oh, fuck. I got some here a month ago, and I use them sparingly, but even doing that, I never pronounce cure. Of course you don't. You don't feel. You look like you do, you act like you do, but you do not feel. And if you were in my position, Sonny, at 80 years old, you'd get some kind of relief. It's just glorious, because I came here and they give me enough for 3 days. And then I sparingly made them last for 10 days, 11 days. And I suffered the rest of it. But it just blew me away that they don't check on the doctor to see if he has Asperger's, that they don't do a full, review of his bedside manner, because it looks good on the surface, but then when it comes down to, well, I've never prescribed in my life. Of course you haven't. You've never suffered the pain, or you've never had any connection with pain, because you just don't care as a doctor, as a human. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it, and I want to interview the guy. And then I'm going to interview a few other people and do a full-page, front-page story on the doc and how he just doesn't give a shit. Not because he doesn't want to, he cannot. He was born without the empathy gene, and right in the middle of a conversation, he said, well, I'm not going to talk about that. I don't care about your cancer. Let's talk about, and you're broken-hearted, but he looks, I don't care if you're broken-hearted, I just don't feel. And this is the absolute essence of Asperger's, high form of autism, you just don't care. You cannot care. Not because you don't want to, because you cannot. That's a miserable fucking place in my world. You can't see an old man struggling or a child in pain, you just go, I don't feel it. Make great morticians, great oncologists. You don't want the oncologist going, I know, yeah, you're done. They just go, here, next. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Nice guy, got a teenage girl, young, music. On the surface, he looks quite right. The deep inside is lacking that terrible, terrible not caring about someone's pain. And I wonder how that processes in his family and his relatives. Do they know? Reveal it. I saw it the moment I met him. And I've been a psychotherapist for 47 years, dealing with all kinds of people. And one of the main ones is this sociopath, or the person who just, they don't care. They just don't care. It is wrong, I think, to have a doctor on the front line who just cannot care. So there you have it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Al Graham, I'm the editor and the owner and publisher of CoronatoClarionMagazine.com. And I thank you.
How you doing?